foreign minister warning the United States to avoid sending, quote, wrong signals about Taiwan. His remarks come just hours after President Biden said the U.S. would come to the island's defense if it was attacked. Retired four-star General Jack Keane joins us now. He's a Fox News senior strategic analyst, chairman of the Institute for the Study of War, and a former Army Vice Chief of Staff. General, this happened last night at the CNN town hall. It was a real head-scratcher because for decades, the policy of the United States toward Taiwan and China has been strategic ambiguity. Joe Biden threw all of that out the window last night, and I'm wondering, was he being provocative or did he just not know?
Well, I hope he was saying what he really intends to do, to be quite frank about it, because that's what we need, some kind of strategic clarity as opposed to strategic ambiguity. So our audience understands, back in 1979, when Jimmy Carter, then the president, officially recognized mainland China and broke relationships with Taiwan, the agreement is that the United States could continue to support the defense of Taiwan with armament and military supplies and capabilities, but we would leave open the question of whether the United States would actually come to its physical defense and defend it with American weapons.
Yeah.
And that's the ambiguity that we've had all of these years. Since the president's statement, which has occurred a lot in these last 8 or 9 months, his staff has walked that back and said there has been no change to the 1979 Taiwan Relations Act and leaves strategic ambiguity still in place, and the fact that we will continue to support the defense of Taiwan by providing them the materials.
Yeah, but
let's face it. The reality is, if the United States doesn't defend Taiwan of an unprovoked attack by mainland China, and China takes over one of the most high-tech platforms in the world, and also it becomes a military base where they can intimidate and coerce Japan and our allies in the region, the United States has lost any influence in the Pacific region whatsoever, something where we have been the dominant country since post-World War II. And if we think our credibility was hurt as a result of the Afghanistan debacle, not coming to Taiwan's defense would destroy our credibility worldwide.
Yeah, you know, the White House came out very quickly last night, General, and walked back what the president said. So there did seem to be a real disconnect there. But when we look at China's recent test of a hypersonic weapon, do you think that that is all tied into a potential move on Taiwan? And that would be for China to create an offensive umbrella that would not allow the United States to get close enough to Taiwan to mount any kind of an effective defense?
It's certainly related, but it's more strategic than that. I mean, what China has been doing with its nuclear capability is rapidly increasing and modernizing it. They don't have as many nuclear weapons as the United States and Russia have, and of course the United States and Russia have an agreement to keep those weapons at a certain number. But China is rapidly growing this arsenal. They also have hundreds of silos that they've made, that they created in Western China, which are designed to put ICBMs in them, certainly. And this capability that they developed is a new capability and is quite stunning and quite remarkable. The technical term for it is hypersonic fractional orbital bombardment system. This is something that provides a rocket along with a missile that has the capability to orbit the Earth and then deliver a nuclear weapon. And it's very difficult to pick up any warning that this is taking place, and it's also very difficult to defend against it because the system maneuvers and changes altitude quite dramatically. An ICBM goes on a very predictable path, and it's easy to track, but this is very maneuverable. So what is the change here? Well, the change here is that if this is true, China denies it, our government, and our audience should understand that, has not confirmed this, but if it is true, then China is nuclearizing space.
Yeah.
And that certainly is opening up a new chapter in the relationship between the United States and China, and I think China with the world writ large as a result of beginning to weaponize space, and particularly do it with nuclear capability.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question that this could be a game changer. General Keane, good to spend time with you today. Hope you have a good weekend. Thank you.
Yeah, great talking to you, John.
Senator?